Here's this week's installment of Ezekiel Kralen's story of the two little dogs and other things involved and revolving around them. It's All an Act is the title of this story. Ezekiel Kralen wrote, Email correspondence, May 30th, last year. Subject, all circuits activated and on full charge. So, let's get back to this morning's meetup. For though it's a very short visit, it was nonetheless superb, all because of the doggies. Just to sit there on the sidewalk with Lucky and Flacco scrambling for my hugs and scritches, she flopped on her back for belly rubs, he pushing his schnoz into my armpit with silly grunts and faux attack bites, was pure heaven for me, as it always is, and their master waited patiently to allow me those several minutes of bliss before asking to use my phone again. And that was why he dropped over. Everything else was just an excuse. I'd call this kindness, wouldn't you, good medic? So as the day plodded on, I mused over the recent events in my trivial life, reminding myself again of the bodhisattva premise. It's all an act for my benefit. Ergo, Chihuahua Man's complaint on the stairway and his humble hello 2 days later were a setup, that is, a prelude to a surprise party, so to speak, the tail end of my initiation of many months. With that conjecture and some others that welled up as the day progressed, a joyfulness began to stir in my heart, culminating with hearing one of my favorite songs I had long suppressed, wafting into my window from a powder blue and chrome clunker out front, where sat the driver, a scrawny blond-haired fellow that looked to be a die-hard hippie in his early 50s. A folded white bandana with dark paisley designs was tied about his forehead. So I summoned that song with a simple YouTube search and played it over and over again, dancing across my shabby old softwood floor like a diva, Fresh by Kool and the Gang. I'm just dying to boogie down to Deke's boombox, or Heimdall's, or anyone else's for that matter, whichever song comes first to spark the immortal coryphae. I've never seen that word before. C-O-R-Y-P-H-E, accent E, and regular E. Coryphae. In my heart, I imagine it will be right at dusk when Saul's fiery yoke dips to the horizon, infusing the firmament with dazzling refractory colors of turquoise and orange, like a ginormous Howard Johnson's, occupying the entire breadth of the sky, welcoming all 8 billion-plus humans inside to enjoy a double-decker Hojo burger with their secret Hojo sauce, a double-squirt vanilla soda topped with a fat scoop of butter crunch ice cream and a side of fries. All on the house, of course, purely vegan versions indistinguishable from the real thing, minus the animal cruelty, natch. Sidebar. The time years ago when I recited my prayer to Artemis on Telegraph Avenue in Berkeley, which final verse is, "Your blood now stains the sunset with virgin red rose hues, spilled across the battlefield of deep azures and crystal blues." The sky soon lit up in such a brilliant turquoise, everyone looked up stunned. I was riding BART then, on my way back to Baghdaddy by the Bay, and was the first to notice, so I called out to everyone in that car, "Hey, look at the sky." Let's see, what year was that? Can't track it down right now, because WordPress's personalized search engine leaves much to be desired. I'm going to guess 2004. For the truth is, regarding what misery we all go through in our lifetime, every annoying little and big thing that happens to us is precisely calculated to lead us to the best outcome possible. That is nirvana, or Avalon, as the Celt in me likes to call it, eventually. I am delighted Marshall now groks the trajectory of my tales, at first long and drawn out to the point of exhaustion, though nonetheless important for my readers to plod through with me. But by now, since 2 Fridays ago, he has become aware there are improvements occurring between myself and Deke, relative to when he started narrating my tales, wondering what the fuck I'm doing, catering to and assuaging a rather nasty homeless meth head. Wait till he gets to the tiny cabin breakthrough, and then my LARC adventure. It will make him a changed man. Savor the sweetness of my revelations, my future readers, all of which I share via my astounding Brindlekin Tales. Love of dog beats 'em all, hands down. that our grand and glorious Poobah of the One Mind has blessed us with such divine, joyful friendship from these delightful quadrupeds should make the whole world sing. And I have a hunch, Watson, that soon they will, every single one of them, for spaceships from a distant galaxy shall soon land on our planet to liberate us all, and they will be dogs of a sort from the Sirius star quadrant, number 854. Don't ask me how I know this, I just do. To paraphrase one of my favorite Buddhist tenets, our enemies are nothing more than tough taskmasters who keep us on the right track. And to paraphrase one of my favorite Hindu tenets, there are as many paths to Globhead as there are souls on earth, but worship of Canis familiaris is the best way to go. Arf, arf, woof, woof, yip, 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 and bow, wow. In sum, welcome to Zeke's world of multifarious and eternal epiphanies. This is biblical in the most breathtaking, glorious, and modern way possible. As San Francisco sails into summer's ocean, my dance fetes will grow each Sunday evening as ever more people gather to celebrate with a band set up at the intersection of Market, 16th, and Noe, blocking all traffic for 1 or 2 hours with news cameras aimed at the stage where I will be featured as a stunning Sgt. Pepper costume, in a stunning Sgt. Pepper costume. Boy, am I on a manic high. Hope Deke can handle it. I love my schizophrenia. Well, what I envision may or may not manifest in precisely the way I imagine, or maybe in a totally different, though nonetheless jubilant form. Regardless, something magnificent will occur in this world, and I am a key part of that. I feel it in my bones. It's going to happen soon, maybe even this twilight. At any rate, yay. Now back to watching Sister Boniface Mysteries, Episode 9, Season 2. 10 minutes to go. Then on to Episode 10, which ends the second season. Sob, sob. I still think the crafty nun who was the star of the show is behind all these murders, for what else explains why they all happen within easy walk or motor scooter ride from her residence. Signed, Zeke K. Holmes. P.S. My April-May rent check has just been cashed. See picture. 3 o'clock, KNYOLP Fort Bragg.